Wide receiver is still one of the biggest needs on this football team. So which wide receivers should the New York Jets target once NFL free agency kicks off? Let's go ahead and let's get after it. Before we get into the video, if I could get you to please jet up the like button, and if you're new here and you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I want to let you know we'll be live this upcoming Wednesday night, and we'll be discussing all things Jets offseason. The link for that stream will be in the description. The wide receiver position has been one of the biggest conversations for Jets fans all offseason long, ranging in topics such as re-signing players like Braxton Berrios, trading for wide receivers like Calvin Ridley, DK Metcalf, Amari Cooper, and then also drafting players in the NFL draft in the first round like Drake London, Treylon Burks, or even Garrett Wilson. Today, though, we're going to focus only on wide receivers that could be or likely will be available in free agency. So that does rule out a player like Davante Adams, who I believe it's almost guaranteed he is going to get the franchise tag. If you're a person that really loves Davante Adams, though, I will agree with you completely. If he becomes available, I see no reason why the New York Jets should not go very aggressive and go after him. But let's go ahead and let's talk about 5 wide receivers that I think will hit the free agent market and make a lot of sense for the Jets. Wide receiver Chris Godwin is 6'1", 210 pounds, and still in the prime of his NFL career at 26 years old. There's been a lot of fans that have talked about wanting this guy in the Jets offense, and rightfully so. Lots of production. He played with quarterbacks like Jameis Winston and Tom Brady and had over 1,000 yard seasons with both of them. So the big knocks and the big questions with Chris Godwin are going to be, number one, the cost. How much will it cost to sign him? And there's a decent chance that he may end up being the most expensive in the entire free agent class. The other one is going to be injuries. So, he's had a couple in his NFL career, and the most recent one coming in this past December, he tore his ACL. So can he come back from that injury? Of course he can, and I think that he will be productive and resume his NFL career. ACL injuries are not what they used to be for NFL players. They come back and they're strong as ever. So ultimately, does he fit the scheme? Absolutely. He can play on the outside. He can play on the inside. Mike LaFleur will be able to move him all over the place. And then does he want to play for the New York Jets? Is he going to want to come off of playing with Hall of Fame quarterback Tom Brady and play for, a developing quarterback in Zach Wilson? I think it's a fair question to ask. If he's on board, I think it's a hell of a move, and I would absolutely love it. Allen Robinson of the Chicago Bears, 28 years old, 6'3", 220 pounds. He's kind of the receiver that we were hoping for in Denzel Mims, that contested guy on the outside. And Allen Robinson has the career production to back it up. Over 6,000 receiving yards in his career, 40 touchdowns. So this is a bona fide guy that can play right away in this offense. I do believe he could play in the scheme, no question. They can move him around, and it gives the Jets an opportunity to rotate them. Corey Davis, Allen Robinson, Elijah Moore, and anybody that they sign and draft as well will be able to fit into that rotation. The big questions with Allen Robinson are, the fact that he was playing on the franchise tag in 2021. What kind of contract is he going to be asking for? And it gets even a little bit more muddy when you look at his production in 2021 as well. Only received 66 targets in 12 games played, and the production was pretty poor to say the least. We can certainly factor in the fact that he played with a rookie quarterback in Justin Fields. So, you look at the 3 years prior to this past season, he had a lot of production to his name. I think he's a fit. I think the Jets should make the attempt to go and sign this guy because I think he would be a benefit to Zach Wilson. He is legitimately a guy that you can put the ball up in the air in his catch radius, and he's going to come down with the football. So an instant help to the offense, and he might not cost as much as some people are thinking. Wide receiver Christian Kirk of the Arizona Cardinals, 25 years old, 5'11", 200 pounds. No, I know he's not a wide receiver one, so please do not attack me in the comments. I wouldn't be paying him wide receiver one money, so just relax. But there's a lot to like with Christian Kirk, and if he hits the free agent market, I think he's a guy that Joe Douglas will be interested in. The age is a factor. He's been improving over the course of his career, almost getting 1,000 yards this past season. I think he's versatile. He can play on the outside, play in the slot. And again, you think about a guy like Elijah Moore on this offense. There are people, myself included, that think Elijah Moore can become a wide receiver one in this offense, similar to what Antonio Brown did for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So don't rule it out. Don't rule out the idea that Elijah Moore can be that guy. And also don't rule out the idea that the Jets could add another wide receiver 2/wide receiver 3 to this offense and have some really solid depth. I don't think it'll cost a crazy amount of money to bring Christian Kirk in. And again, I think Mike LaFleur would find a lot of ways to use this kid. Wide receiver DJ Chark of the Jacksonville Jaguars, 25 years old, 6'4", 200 pounds. I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of red flags with this guy, but there's also those green flags that keep waving in my face saying, look at me, look at me. First of all, coming off of an ankle injury in 2021, ended his season. 2019, he had a big season, Pro Bowl season, over 1,000 yards, nearly double-digit touchdowns, and made a lot of big plays in that Jacksonville offense. So again, it's one of those things where you see his production kind of fluctuating year to year. And my big questions are, number one, does he fit the scheme? Can he play all over the formation like the Jets were emphasizing all season long with Denzel Mims? I'm not so sure he's a great fit to be able to play in the slot in this offense. That's just my own personal opinion. The other question that I have here is Joe Douglas willing to take another swing at a wide receiver on another one-year deal? I do think that's what we would be looking at here with DJ Chark. I don't see him signing a long-term contract coming off of the injury. I think he's going to want a one-year deal and then re-enter free agency at 26 years old. I personally don't love this idea, but again, I did want to include him in the list because a lot of fans are talking about him. And again, certainly, the big playability on the outside is there, and I'm sure Zach Wilson would love having a big, tall, fast wide receiver like him to throw to. The wide receiver that's going to complete this list, and I'm sure to annoy the hell out of some people, is going to be JuJu SmithSchuster, wide receiver from the Pittsburgh Steelers, 25 years old, 6'1", 215 pounds. There are certainly some things to like about JuJu, and then there's obviously some things that fans just absolutely hate about the kid. The first being the things that we like about him. Number one, he's young, he's got some decent size to him, and he is an effective slot wide receiver. He can play on the outside, although he is more effective on the inside. And there was interest from the New York Jets. There were rumors that the Jets were interested in bringing him in last free agency. Obviously, that didn't happen, so there might be interest this upcoming free agency for the New York Jets since they do have a need. I think it's a guarantee that this is going to be another one-year deal for JuJu SmithSchuster. He's going to want to prove himself this coming year, re-enter free agency. I'm not real comfortable giving out another one-year deal to a wide receiver. I think it's really important that we set up some continuity on offense for Zach Wilson. And then again, there's the things to not like about JuJu. Number one, coming off of a shoulder injury that cut his season very short in 2021. And then, of course, the thing that you've been waiting for me to say, he does seem to have an affinity for being in the spotlight. He has a lot of different things that he does on social media that drives people absolutely crazy. If you're one of those people, I totally get it and I do respect it. But I don't think it's crazy that the New York Jets do look his way in free agency because of the desperate need that they have at the position. So ultimately, this is only a list of 5 wide receivers. There's clearly more that are about to hit free agency. So if you feel like I didn't include one of your guys, please do let me know in the comments who it is and why you want to bring them in. If there's a player on this list that you loved or hated, also let me know in the comments. I look forward to reading and responding to all of them. Thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you all have an awesome day. Go Jets, and I'll see you guys next time.